Yo, what's going on? Born for Sports, the OG Knicks fan show, and Nick Nation. We got a dub to talk about tonight, and a great game to watch, a nerve-wracking game to watch, but a good game to watch tonight. The Knicks beat the Memphis Grizzlies 114-113. And let me tell you, this was a gritty win because statistically, the Knicks didn't have any business winning this game. They really didn't. They fought. They showed grit in the second half on the road against the second seed ranked team in the West right now. Okay, and they found a way to get the job done thanks to a couple of heroes. And, man, I'm just happy to talk about it, man. I got a lot to say on this post game tonight for the critics out there. But first, let me welcome my fellow OG Knick fan, my bro. T was goody. How you feeling tonight, bro?
I'm good, King, man. It's glad to get this win. You know what I'm saying? So,
sure.
What is this? Is two in a row, right? 2 in a row after the 2 straight losses against the elite teams.
Yeah,
right?
Man. Yeah, 2 in a row. You know,
I'm glad.
And you know what? It's funny. It's real funny to me how all the hate. Now, listen, we all know as Knicks fans, we want to get these wins against teams like Boston and Cleveland because we got to see them down the road. Okay, we do, and we have not looked good playing them this year so far. Okay, but it's a lot of basketball left in the season to go and playoff matchup to see down the road. But my whole thing is we never hear when the Knicks do get good wins against good teams. That's the narrative. We only want to talk about with the teams the Knicks haven't beaten or probably can't beat, but that's a story for another day. We'll find out later. But when they beat the good teams everywhere else, nobody want to talk about that, T. Nobody want to talk about that. You know what I'm saying? And it's fun. It's real funny to me. It's real funny to me, man. And I got to tell you, I'm gonna speak on it in a moment, but let's just get to the post game for now. And I'm gonna tell you right now, the play of the game, obviously to me, Jalen Brunson, 23 points, 6 assists, 7 rebounds, came alive in the second half, hit a big time 3-pointer with like 24 seconds left, I believe, to finally get us the lead because the Knicks basically trailed the entire night from the opening tip. And it was one of those gritty, good wins. And in the fourth quarter, they finally started to have a final way to get over the top and get over the hump on this team all night. So that shot was big. He made some good shots. And especially to the game-winning assist to OG Anunoby. OG Anunoby from 3 with 4 seconds left. But let's talk about Brunson. How you feel about his performance tonight, brother?
I mean, that's why he's our captain. That's why he's our superstar. You know, he shows up in the big moments. You know, so we gotta give him his props. You gotta salute him on that, man. I mean, like Brunson, he's been playing, phenomenal this season. He's arguably the best point guard in the East. Hands down, he's the best point guard. You can make a case for Dame or whatever, fine, but he's up there. You know what I'm saying? And he's definitely a top 5 point guard in the league right now. Top 5 point guard in the league, hands down.
That's in the East, like you said, bro.
And he's a top player.
Yeah.
And he's a top player. So, you got to give him credit. I mean, time and time again, no matter how good the team is and no matter how bad the team is, you can always count on him to hit a clutch shot. He has that fight in him. He has that dog in him. And that's one thing that he's not going to he's not going to stray away from adversity.
Absolutely. Just he does what a captain should do. Even if he doesn't have his shot that night, the stars like him and the captains like him, they still find ways to make the right play when they need it most and to win the game, no matter whatever way it goes, whether it's a shootout, whether it's a defensive slugfest, whether it's just lifting your team when they don't have it all around. Because let's be honest, the Knicks, Cat didn't have it tonight. You know, his first game back from missing a couple of games with that knee issue. Clearly, he's hobbled, wasn't aggressive attacking the rim tonight. So Cat was off tonight. You know, he tried to get going, didn't get it going. Hart was in foul trouble. You know, caught a silly fifth foul with like early moments of the third quarter. You know, and this was a gut check win, man. This was a gut check win, and the captain rose when we needed him the most. And that's what the Stars do, folks. That's what the Stars do. Yep. Okay? It's not always going to be pretty, but they're going to find a way if you give them one little crack, okay? Because Memphis, they were controlling this game until like 6 minutes left in the game, folks. If you watched it, you saw it. They out-rebounded the Knicks dramatically. I mean, they dominated us on the glass tonight. Absolutely dominated us on the glass. You know, I'm looking at the numbers right now. You know, let's see that. The rebounds, 58-35 on the glass is ugly. They dominate. That's how Memphis plays. That's who they are. You know what I'm saying? They got a lot of young guys on there and length and a deep bench, and that's their game. Rebounding, defense. Ja Morant hit some threes there, and they have the second-ranked scoring offense coming into the game tonight. Okay, as far as offensive rating. So that's how they get it done. And, man, everywhere you go statistically, you would think the Knicks probably would have lost by like 15 at least tonight. But not tonight, because this is a gritty Knick win. And it took me back to last year, this kind of win, T. Because there was games that they won like this last year because the captain rose. And he did it tonight, bro. He did it tonight. For sure. And let's get to the unsung hero, man. Obviously, I got to talk about OG, man. OG, 19 points tonight. And the game-winning 3 with 4 seconds remaining to win this game for the New York Knicks, brother.
And one thing about OG, like ever since he came back like from injury, he's been a little bit shaky. I don't know what it is. You know, I guess it'll take some time for him to get his wind back, to get his conditioning back or whatever.
Yeah.
But still, it's just like, it's going to take time for him to catch his breath, to catch everything. Right. So hopefully, this could be him hitting his shot. This could be a morale booster for him. Because you see when he's out there, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. He just looked like, lethargic. You know what I'm saying? You could just tell by his body language and his mannerisms, like, he's not fully there yet. But by him hitting his shot, hopefully, from a mental standpoint, we'll be able to, bounce back, and we'll get the OG from back when he was playing back in December, late November going into December.
Right.
So I'm glad, he was able to hit that shot tonight, man. It's a real confidence booster, man.
Yeah, for sure, man. And it was beautiful to see our captain trust him. He trusted him, made the right play. Mm-hmm. Defense collapsed Brunson. Everybody knew who was getting the ball there. Collapsed him. He made the right play. And when he saw that trap, when they saw them swarm him in that paint, he kicked it out. OG didn't rush it either, OT. He didn't even rush it. Took a dribble, took his time. He knew it. And he hit a shot, and that's what he does. That's what he does. Those corner threes, perfect spot. Man, just beautiful to see, man. Just beautiful to see OG starting to get back his rhythm again because, this is what he's about. OG, one of the best perimeter defenders in the game, if not the best defending wing in the game, arguably. Two-way player, and when he's on and he's aggressive, this is what he can do. This is what he can do. And like you said, he's been working his way back since coming back from the injury, with the mid-foot sprain or whatever. Maybe it took him a little while to gain that confidence. You know how OG is, he takes his time when the injuries start to bother him and stuff like that. So I noticed that he was a little tentative the first couple of games, but man, He found it tonight and in a nick of time. Cliff checking in. What's goody, Cliff? What's going on, bro? We feeling a little good tonight, Cliff. We definitely feeling a little good tonight. What's up, brother?
It feels good to be back.
Yes, sir.
Feels good to be back.
I love it, baby. I love it. He also says,
we was.
What you said, T? Say that one more time, brother.
If we ever see, I know we was down for a minute, but we back now.
Yeah, we back now. We took a little couple
we get some wins on.
Yeah, we took a couple of right hooks and jabs. Yeah. Clip says, if you ever see Jalen Brunson fighting in a forest with a grizzly bear, help the bear. Let's go, baby. Because he gonna find a way. He gonna find a way every time, man. The captain rises when needed. That's what. Give me that over any point guard in the game, man. It's beautiful to see your point guard put up stats, man. But when the game's on the line and when his team needs you, I look for those guys. I look for those guys that rise and bring their team out the ashes when everything ain't perfect around them. And he's been doing that since he got here, bro. Beautiful thing to see. It's just crazy. And what's crazy is I've come, and I know you come to it too, to feel the same way, T. And as most Knicks fans should feel, you expect them to rise when we need them. Every time, bro. Every time you expect him to get the job done when there's an opportunity for him to do it. It's more shocking if he doesn't get it done than when he does.
It's crazy because I remember in the beginning of the year, he missed some clutch shots, and everybody was just dogging him. And ever since then, every time we've been in a clutch situation, he's been hitting all the shots. It's almost like he's like perfect from clutch this season. As a matter of fact, I think he has like the most. He's like in the third on most clutch points this season.
I think so.
I'm glad that
I saw a stat like that too. I'm gonna fact check that. Yeah, I think after that, and after that shot he missed against the Bulls, he's been on a tear with that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's definitely been on a tear. So, and he's not afraid. He's not afraid to take the shot. You know what I'm saying? And he takes threes. Yeah, it's not like, okay, you know what? I hit a mid range, hit a floater. He's hitting threes, and the team is down 2 with like seconds left.
Facts.
So that just goes to show he's hitting them from the same spot.
Yep. He always knows how to get the shot he wants. That's when you know a player has that great team, bro. Right. Say that one more time.
Yeah, definitely. No, go ahead. You good?
No, I was saying, and that's how you know when a player has that clutch gene and is special with the way he does what he does. Mm-hmm. Just able to always get his shot. You know what I'm saying? And if his shot isn't there, he'll find a way to affect the game in another way by getting his teammate a shot that's better than the one he could have got. I mean, it's just crazy, and it's just great to see a Knicks point guard player do this for your team. It's been so long, bro. So long since we had a one like this, man. You know what I'm saying? And at that position, bro. It's beautiful to see, man. As far as I'm concerned, to me, captain just getting ready for the playoffs at this point, bro. I'm just get my guy to the playoffs healthy enough, man. Because he banged his knee up a little bit tonight. Think he had a little knee action, bone to bone right there, down the stretch of the game. Pause. But he did shake it off, and he still got the job done, man. Salute to the captain, JB. But I wanted to also bring up a guy that I actually was gonna make my unsung hero in this game with OG before that game winner. Because I had to give it to him solo after he hit the game winner. Let's talk about Deuce, man.
Oh, yeah, Deuce.
Deuce had it. Man. Deuce, listen, we needed everything we got from Deuce today, man, especially in that second half comeback, bro.
Yeah, we definitely needed Deuce. Man, he led the bench in scoring.
Yes,
he did. You're going up against going against the number one bench, the bench in the team, in the league. So
Right.
you already know the bench had to come with it. Deuce had to come in. I mean, this the bench all across the board. They played well, but Deuce with his 17 points, and not only his 17 points, the way he affected the floor defensively. He did a decent job on Ja. Even when they switched up, when he wasn't guarding Ja, he was guarding other players. He still did well.
Yes.
He affected the floor in a positive way. So I'm glad that he's been a little bit shaky at times. You know what I'm saying? But hopefully with this game right here, just like with OD, he'll get his confidence back and then get guys rolling, get ready for this playoff push.
Yep. And he's starting to find it in the last few games. And I think he's close to being back, bro. I think he's close to being back to the Deuce we saw down the stretch last season. He affected the game in a big-time way, especially in those important minutes that Brunson had to get rest, where the game was kind of teetering. They were going on a run, like they were going up 10, and then we would fight to get to 6, and then they go up 12, and there was a stretch in the third quarter. We couldn't buy a bucket for like 5 minutes, and we had our starters on the floor. We just could not buy a bucket. And I just thought Deuce really stepped up tonight and really stabilized the game and kept the team within striking distance, helping, I should say, to keep it within striking distance of Memphis to get a shot late to do what we did tonight. 17 points, 3 assists, 4 rebounds for Deuce, 2 steals. As my guy T mentioned, defensively, he was a pest tonight. And the lateral quickness, you're starting to see it return now. Early in the season, we saw Deuce struggling with that hamstring injury, having to miss a week here and there. And we kind of felt like, they're going to have to manage him and just get him to the playoffs this year. Well, it looks like he's starting to get back to being himself. And in a nick of time, as they say, a nick of time, because we needed every part of it, man. Tonight he was a maven on that play, on that floor with the game play. Hit a couple of big threes. I believe he was like 3 or 4 from 3. I believe 3 or 5 from 3. Yeah, so 3 or 5 from 3. So he gave us that, and just a good job by I thought by Deuce tonight, man. I had to give him a shout out because that was big. And anytime we get some production from our bench, we usually win these games, T. You know what I'm saying? We talk about it all the time on this show. When we get bench production, and it doesn't always have to be like for instance, what Memphis does for their team, their bench, or what Oklahoma City does for their bench. But if we get that little 25, 30-point range, a lot of times this Knicks team is going to find ways to win because of how good their starting lineup is, man, scoring-wise. So shout out to Deuce, man. Cliff checks in, says, co-sign. Brunson has been captain clutch all season. I take him over Ja. Oh, yeah, definitely. I mean, I guess I'm a little biased, but I'm taking him over Ja. Yes, I agree with you. Especially of late, and now that Mitch back, I feel much better about the team. Yes, and listen, I'm gonna talk about Mitch right now. I'm gonna talk about him. I'll say this. Everyone know how I feel about Mitch, man. Everybody watching this show, everybody that know me know how I feel about Mitch. He frustrates the shit out of me, okay? He does. He does frustrate me, but I never take away the impact he does have on the floor defensively and with his rebounding when he does play. Key when he does play. He played tonight, his first game back as a Knick. And also, I wanted to bring this up. This is the first time all season Knicks have played a game with all projected rotation players healthy in the same game. And look at their record at 39-20. So for everyone trying to throw the doom and gloom on the Knicks because they haven't beaten Cleveland and Boston yet. Hey, they're a good team, guys. They're a good team. Okay, because if they weren't a good team with all these injuries and all the players missing like this, key players at that, and with a light bench that they have, where would they would not be the record they made. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to Mitch. I thought he had a productive impact in his limited minutes tonight. In 12 minutes, he had 6 points, 4 rebounds. See, I saw him do a post move and a layup with the left tonight. I did one of these, bro. I was like, hold on.
If
now.
we could get that from if we could get that from Mitch, man. If we could get that Mitch at least 4 or 5 times a game, we could be all right, man.
Yeah.
But they're gonna have to start. They're gonna have to respect his offensive game.
Yeah.
So, and that's the thing. Like settings today, they just been limited. Like offensively, they're just basically there either. Even if you're not like like a stretch 5 or anything like that, that type of player, they just like, okay, just give us deep, just give us rebounds and alter shots. The big man of today is not how the big man was back in the glory days of like, the centers of Patrick Ewing, David Robinson, you know what I'm saying, Shaquille O'Neal, Hakeem Olajuwon. They're not even close to that today,
Yeah.
So they're kind of been like, like dinosaurs right now. You know, so you can give us that, we would be.
Yeah, I mean, I'll take that every time, bro. I'll take that every time, and you would think if he stays healthy, if he's able, a big if we can get him to the playoff healthy and ready to go, he'll be a factor for this team. And whether it's coming off the bench or with certain matchups starting against certain teams, we'll see. But Mitch is there for 2 things: defense and offensive rebounding. That's what he's there to do. And alter shots, like you said. Because when he's right, he is, no doubt about it, one of the best offensive rebounders in basketball, if not the top offensive rebounding big in basketball. It's a debate because that's what he specializes in. And that's only going to help this Knicks team. Because the Knicks, we all know it. The Knicks' issues are the bench is light with enough scoring punch, and at times the defense is too inconsistent. Well, you bring Mitch involved now, and as he gets his wind under him and gets into game speed and gets his wind back, it's only going to enhance this team going forward, especially against those elite teams we're going to see in the playoffs. So shout out to Mitch. It was a productive first game. Let's hope there's more games like this to come in the positive and this man stays healthy because the Knicks need it. There's no doubt about it. They gambled. They didn't do anything at the trade deadline. They stood pat. The deals they try to make just didn't make sense in their eyes, and they decided to stand pat. So Mitch, let's hope he stays healthy and keeps producing like this, man, and get it together. It's one game at a time. Oh, my God, Danny, checking in. What's good, Danny? How you feeling tonight, brother? How you feeling? What's good, Brody? We got to try to get Giannis so we can have a big 3 to beat these damn Celtics and compete with the top teams. Danny, that's talk for the offseason, baby. That's talk for the offseason. And listen, there's going to have to be decisions in Milwaukee soon after the season with Giannis because there's a lot of chatter out there. So, hey, you never know how that can go. I'm sure if Giannis does become on the trade block, they're not going to pull what the Lakers and the league in Dallas did by sneaking Luka over to the Lakers or low key so no one didn't know about it. You know what I'm saying? To help the Lakers. That shady shit they did with that weird ass trade. But
I know, right?
It's gonna, if Giannis hits the market, I do expect the Knicks will be involved with basically every team in the league will be involved to try to get a player like that. We'll see if it makes sense for the Knicks because, listen, the contract got a match. He's got that max deal, and the Knicks are up against the apron, so it's not easy to just trade for whatever and go from there. You know what I mean? So we're gonna see what it do, man. We're gonna see what it do. But a big 3 with Giannis Brunson, man, that's tempting as hell. That's tempting as hell. Cat, and Giannis and Brunson. Whew, that's crazy. I don't know how the rest of the bench gonna look after that and the rest of the lineup, but hey, that's story for the offseason, man. Let's see what this group can do when they're full strength with their chemistry right in the playoffs. Let's see what it do, bro. Let's see how we do with that one, man. Any?
Yo, let me in. I'm going on my phone.
Okay, I got you. I see you.
Let me in.
Yeah. So, how do you feel? What do you think about Giannis, bro? What do you think about that? T, I'm gonna have to put you on back on because we can't hear you on there, man. We can't hear you. We can't hear you on the phone. I had to switch you back up. Whatever's going on with the other one, can't hear no sound, brother. No sound.
Okay, yeah. I mean, I don't think you hear me now, right?
Yeah, you're loud and clear again.
You hear me now?
Yep. Yes, sir.
So with Giannis, I think it's a fantasy. I don't think it's gonna happen. Yeah. I don't think they're gonna. I mean, they're gonna have to ask. They're gonna ask for a lot.
Yeah,
they're probably gonna have to ask for Towns.
Yeah,
they're gonna ask for Towns. It's not like okay, you know what? Give us, OG, Hart, and what picks do we have? You get what I'm saying? They're not gonna ask for that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Right. So to me, I just it's a fan. So I'm not even gonna, like entertain that type of talk.
Yeah.
Because he's not, unless he forces his way here.
Yeah, that's the only way I see it too. That's a good point. Maybe if he forced his way and kind of held them hostage and went nuclear, but I don't see that. And there's going to be a lot of other teams that are going to try to give a Godfather deal to get him. And Milwaukee's going to have way better offers than what the Knicks can probably get. It would have to, like my guy T said, it would have to come down, Danny, to him saying, I want to go there, send me there. That's compared to what other teams will be able to offer, brother. I definitely agree with my guy T on that. Danny also says, I want to see more of McBride. Yes, sir. Listen, we starting to see it. We starting to see it in McBride, man. He's starting to get it together. He's getting better and better. And, his shot is starting to slowly return. And he's playing with the same kind of energy that we saw him come on in the second half of the season last year, when it was right around the time they gave him that extension. And then all of a sudden you saw Deuce take off. It was around the same time last year. So let's see if that's a sign of things to come. Danny says, never say never. I mean, yeah, you never say never. But, hey, a lot got to happen for it to happen, brother. My guy Danny, man. That's what's up, though. But getting back to this game, man, listen. Just a great, tremendous win tonight, man. I'm just really happy about this game, and I want to say something tonight before we wrap it up tonight. The Knicks swept Memphis and Denver, and guess what, folks? The second and third seeds in the Western Conference. Can we get a little chatter about that? Because everyone wants to talk about who the Knicks don't beat or haven't beaten yet. But when it comes to teams like Denver, who has the championship DNA, when it comes to teams like Memphis, who came into the game with the second seed in the Western Conference, in the entire Western Conference, the second offensive rating in the league on offense, no one will talk about that, though, T. It's amazing to me. No one wants to talk about that.
And check this out. Even with us beating, a team like Memphis, even beating a team like Denver, they're like, oh, you know what? They still didn't beat, the elite teams. They didn't beat Cleveland. They didn't beat OKC. They didn't beat Boston. Until they beat them, then we'll talk about them again. Okay, let's say in a couple more weeks we beat them. They're gonna, they only beat them once, or they only beat.
Looks like we lost T for a moment. We're going to try to get him back in. But, T, you there? You good?
Yeah, you hear me?
Yeah, now I can hear you. Go ahead. Finish.
Okay,
sorry,
cool.
You kicked out. Go ahead, brother.
Yeah. Like I was saying, I was like, now the narrative is going to be like, okay, you know what? Yeah, they beat, teams like Memphis. Yeah, they beat teams like Denver. But you know what? They didn't beat, they didn't beat the elite teams.
Yeah,
So that's going to be the narrative. And even if we do, in a couple weeks beat, Cleveland or Boston, they still not going to give us credit. They're gonna be like, okay, well, but Boston and Cleveland won the series.
yeah,
Oh, let's see what's going to happen in the playoffs. So you know
yeah,
what? They're going to keep, pushing the narrative and not giving us our credit, until we meet them in the playoffs and hopefully, we beat them. That'll
right.
be the only way that they give us credit.
No doubt about it, brother. No doubt about it. And listen, no one is out here saying that the Knicks should get credit for not beating those teams. But all I'm trying to say is y'all haters out there and those fans that are pessimistic like that. I get it about the past with the Knicks, but let's also balance it. All right, let's balance it. Okay, the Knicks have beaten good teams this year. They just haven't beaten the teams that are in our way yet. Okay, let's call it for what it is. Okay, this team, Memphis, is a good team, and they're going to be in the mix in the Western Conference to get to the finals this year. Denver has the championship DNA. They're going to be involved as well. Oklahoma City with those teams too. All those teams are going to be involved. Okay, so all I'm saying is, hey, let's not act like the Knicks are just like going along beating bum teams every night, because they're not. They're beating teams as well. They just haven't beaten the teams that are in their way yet. And you know what? They still have a shot later on to get that done.
Yeah, we beat playoff bound teams on both coasts. If
sure.
you look down the standings, 1 through 10, we beat the majority of the teams.
Yeah, definitely.
You think about it. The only teams that we didn't beat on the East is Boston, Cleveland, and Detroit. But every other team we beat.
I think didn't we beat Detroit this year already? I thought we got.
I don't think we beat Detroit this
year. Yeah.
Oh, you know what? You're right. We did. You know what? We did beat them. We beat them in Detroit. We beat them in Detroit. We beat them in the beginning of the year, but they beat us the last 2 times.
They beat us the last 2 times, right?
Yeah. So, okay. So we just lost to the 2 best record teams in the East. I could live with that. I mean, I'm not happy, but I could live with it. You get what I'm saying? So just because we didn't beat them, that doesn't make us not good or not great. Let's see in the playoffs. I mean, we'll put it together.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, they're right. The Knicks are going to finish with a top 3 seed. It still remains to be seen. I don't know if they'll catch the 2, but they're going to finish with a top 3 seed. Okay. And they're going to get the job done and get to the second round. It's going to be a matter. So the rubber will meet the road when we play, whether it's Cleveland, Boston, second round. But I just need everybody to relax with all this. The Knicks don't be good enough teams. That's just ridiculous. Like, that's just a narrative people are trying to push. And I'm not going to have it, man. I'm just not.
Yeah, and a lot of Knicks fans are crashing out. I mean, I'm like, guys, just freaking relax.
Yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying? Like, they're really crashing.
Game of the year.
Yeah, like, yo, y'all gotta relax. Like, are y'all like really Knicks fans? Do y'all understand like what's going on? What's at stake here? Yes. This is year 1. This is year 1 of a championship contending team. Yep. You get what I'm saying? So even if we don't win this year, all right, it's year 1. All right, let's see what we do for the next. Let's see what we do in year 2. Let's see what we do in year 3. You know what I'm saying? You can crash out on year 3, year 2, year 3, year 4. But even look at these teams that won. Look at Boston. Look how long it took them to, they were in the Eastern Conference Finals for like the past 6, 7, 8 years.
Facts.
Ever since Jason Tatum was a rookie when Kyrie was there.
Yep. Exactly.
So it's gonna take time. It's gonna take time, believe it or not. But hopefully, we'll be I just want to see a parade in June, whether it's 2026, 2027, 2028, 2029, 2030. I just want
that's gonna be so crazy whenever year that happens, whatever time that happens. That is gonna be legendary, bro. Legendary, man. I'm gonna have to come down for that one. I don't know.
I'm not crashing out in year 1.
No way.
I'm not crashing out yet.
Nope, not me at all. Cliff with the last couple of comments of the night says, "True. top 3 teams are in a different tier, but this is essentially the new Knicks squad. We've been good against everyone else. We're still trying to put it together. We'll be all right.
And he was sorry, go ahead. My bad.
Yeah, go ahead, brother. I know he went to the game.
He was at the Celtics game. He went to the game.
Yeah,
I was supposed to go too.
That. Oh, yeah? Oh, shoot. I saw that. I saw Cliff posted that. Yeah, shout out to Cliff making his rounds at the Garden, bringing some good mojo over there, bro. Says, I am more concerned we haven't been competitive in some games with those top 3 teams, but we still have a lot of kinks to work out. Yeah, hey, listen, it's okay to be like, man, like we need to play better against these teams or whatever. Hey, listen, we all trust what we see, and we don't ignore what we see, but we can't jump out the window to what we think might be. You understand? Just because of what we see, that doesn't guarantee anything later is going to be the same result. And hey, like you just said, they got kinks to work out. They've had a lot of guys in and out of the lineup. Mitch just got back. OG missed some time. Okay. Hart missed some time. All right. Cat's been in and out lately. These guys, let's see what this team does when they are whole. Like I said early in the show, this was the first game of the season the Knicks had every projected rotation player play tonight. Think about that. And it's what game is this? What was it? Game 59. And this is the first time, bro. Like, let's see how it goes, y'all. Let's see how it goes, and let's just enjoy the ride and see where it takes us. Final word, relax.
Yeah, exactly.
You're going to go ahead and quote Aaron Rodgers on me now. Because you know what? He trolling me. He trolling me, T. Because he know I'm a Giant fan. And he know I heard some news today that they actually were talking about bringing Rodgers in. So he had to put that on me. All right, Cliff. You got that, brother. You got that. You got that.
Run. Yeah, go ahead. What you said?
Oh, no, I thought you said something, but
yeah, I mean, and shout out to Tibbs playing a 10-man rotation.
Yeah, I was shocked at that. He's
playing 10 guys.
Yeah.
If you notice, Precious is starting to get. You know what? Precious is kind of going to be like the odd man out.
Yeah,
I like Precious defense, but the thing about what Precious is that
Shamet, though, I don't think you can do that, man. I think you got to take Shamet out the rotation. He really doesn't give us much, man.
I mean,
especially because I feel like it's kind of counterproductive to play him many minutes because you got Campaign and you got Deuce. So it's like, if it ain't foul trouble for somebody, why we going there now that Mitch is back? You know what I mean? I'm just saying.
Yeah, I mean, Precious, like I said, man, Precious, he just been shaky. He's been inconsistent. Just like, even like in the Boston game, if you notice, when they had him and Josh Hart in the game at the same time, the Celtics was basically resting on defense.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They were resting on defense. It's just like, okay, you know what? We know that Precious is not going to give us nothing. So, we're going to leave him open. And, sometimes, with Josh is like hesitant to shoot the three. And, I like Precious. He gives us a nice defensive presence. But you gotta hit those shots when you're open, man. You gotta hit that little 12 to 13 footer. You get what I'm saying? And it seems like he just throws the ball up there and it misses all the time. Yeah. But
I just want him to hit the glass. Just hit the glass, get the putbacks, do that. Be who you are. You know what I'm saying? If you're not going to do that, every now and then he'll take those threes. You know what's a crazy stat I saw the other day? Whenever Precious hits a 3-pointer in the game, the Knicks have not lost, which is crazy. You know what I'm saying? But like you said, he's got a limited offensive game. I mean, he does. It's not like he can't do anything much like a Mitch Robinson, but that's not his strength. So. Like you said, teams know that, so they kind of back off. So you got to know what lineup to play them in. You can't play Precious in a lineup with with a 5 without Brunson, Cat, and Bridges on the floor. You can't do it because, like you said, the defense is going to sit back and rest. So that was a great point by you that you made.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they just have to know. Tibbs has to know when to put them in with certain players. Don't take all our scorers out with pressures on the floor. It's not going to
work. You can't. You can't.
Can't do it. Daryl checks in with the last comment of the night. Tibbs playing 10 guys was shocking. Yes, it was. It was very shocking. And let's hope this is something that's going to be the norm for Tibbs. Because honestly, at least for now, because Mitch's conditioning is not ready yet. So you can't just throw him in and have him play 25 to 28 to 30 minutes. You're going to get him hurt again. We all already know he has a shaky injury history. He just got back. They're going to have to limit his minutes and gradually build him up. So, you know, like my guy T said, shout out to Tibbs playing 10 guys tonight. And let's hope this is the norm going forward. But that's going to wrap up the show tonight. Knicks beat Memphis 114-113. They are now 39-20 and in full command of the third seed in the Eastern Conference. The next game will be
Miami.
That old friend of ours, those Miami freaking Heat. Sunday night. Looking forward to the let's go get a little 20-point win. Let's get a rocking chair win against that team. Listen, I beat the Heat every time. I don't care if it's by 21 point, 80 points. Go get the job done. Don't make this a trap game out in Miami with the nice weather, Knicks. Just go out there and take care of business and get back home and get ready for
this. Fly them out Saturday. Don't fly them out tonight because you know they're gonna be partying in Miami.
Exactly.
when they land. They're gonna be partying in Miami when they land. They're gonna be partying tomorrow. So you know what? Fly them out tomorrow evening. Or Sunday morning.
Don't give them a shot, Tibbs. Just hit them with that. Hey, listen, man, we getting in the airport. We getting flying in at like 4:30 in the morning. Everybody get to sleep. Yeah, don't even F around tomorrow, man. Do it. But that's gonna wrap it up tonight. Thanks to Knicks Nation joining us tonight. Thanks to my homie T joining me on the show tonight.
You're ready.
Yes, sir. Any last words before we wrap this up, baby?
This pretty much, man. I mean, just to all the Knicks fans out there, man. Yo, hold the line, man. Hold the line. Like, don't panic. You know, this is what it is. Like I said, like I've been saying before, this is like year one. You know, don't crash out. You know, don't crash out, man. We need y'all on board, man. You know, just go along for the ride, man. Enjoy it. You know, just think about where we was 6, 7, 8 years ago. We wasn't even sniffing the playoffs.
Oh, man.
You know, we didn't even have this type of team. You know, so we got to be grateful for what we have because you never know if you're going to ever get a good team like this again.
For sure. Let's just ride it out and let's see what the journey takes us. The best part of the way is enjoying the journey. Let's see where it goes. Plenty of time to see what's going to happen later on. But man, listen, good win by the Knicks tonight. Shout out to the captain Brunson holding it down. Deuce, OG with the game-winning shot, and the Knicks get it done. They sweep the Memphis Grizzlies, the 2 seed in the East, in the Western Conference, I should say. The 2 seed in the Western Conference, the 3 seed in the Western Conference in Denver. Folks, hey, the Knicks swept both teams. Just saying. Talk about that. Keep that same energy that y'all been having with Boston and Cleveland. But shout out to the Knicks. Before we go, I just want to say shout out to Knicks Nation joining me. And for those new to the channel, I ask that you just like and subscribe to this channel, Born for Sports, because I talk all sports. I talk New York Knicks basketball. OG Knicks fan show right here. I talk the New York football Giants. What are the Giants going to do at quarterback? We're going to see soon. I talk about the New York Mets. I talk about the New York Yankees. Hey, baseball season starting to get started, y'all. You know we coming with some content real soon. We did something last week. We coming with that content soon. Baseball season start. Big time Met fan. I talk all sports, especially New York sports. Shout out to Knicks Nation. Let's go Knicks, baby.